Hi there, it's Jen from Ashbury Design and Genji Photography. I'm coming on today to go over our new Easter templates. They are so adorable. I hope you enjoy as well. I wanted to get a little bit more in depth today, going over some very basic things for some, but some do need a little bit more detail. So this is going to be a little bit longer of a tutorial than I normally do, and just because it's going to answer a lot of the questions that we tend to receive. So these are available in our Etsy store, Ashbury Design. I will link it in the thread below. These are Photoshop templates, so we do have two different versions. We have a Photoshop version and a do-it-yourself version. The do-it-yourself version doesn't require Photoshop. It's done through a website called Cordial. That is for personal use, so max amount is 5. I do have a separate tutorial on that, which I can link as well. But today we're just going to be talking about the Photoshop. So I did create these for photographers with the Santa templates that we previously created. I did have to make the Cordial ones because a lot of people were buying them and not realizing that they needed Photoshop. So we're just going to launch the Easter bunnies the exact same way to avoid any issues, hopefully, with that. So anyways, once you purchase the template from our store, you will automatically download like a small version in the PNG, just because Etsy has a limit to the file size that you can download automatically. So it's just a small PNG. We do have to have that there so you have something to download, as well as there is a PDF, and in the PDF is the link to the Dropbox. Now the link to the Dropbox, you'll click on that and it'll give you the PNG as well as the PSD in the high resolution. So that's the one that you want to use, either the PSD or the PNG, whatever you're more comfortable with. But you do want to use that one from Dropbox because it's high resolution. So you'll just download it through Dropbox. And then once you've downloaded it, it'll be in your download folder. You can save that anywhere on your computer, make a backup if you like. So from Photoshop, you'll just go to File, Open, and you'll choose the template that you want to work with. So whether it's the PSD or the PNG. I am going to show how to use the PNG at the end of this video, just really quickly as well. So this is what the Photoshop file looks like. It's layered here, so as long as you have the PSD open, it'll look exactly the same if it's this bunny that you've purchased. Otherwise, the other bunnies will look the same. It'll just be a different picture. So they're labeled with all of the instructions. So you do want to have to be on this layer when you're placing the image, and then that'll clip it to the layer below. And then this one here is just like your photo mask, and I'll show you what you can do on that. So let's just place an image. So you can do it one of two ways. You can go File, Place Embedded, and then you can choose your photo. Like say if you wanted to place that, you could place it. Or you could just have like another file folder open and then just drag it over. So I've been using the drag a lot lately, but I do use the File Place as well. So that is it. So basically I'm just using the arrows here to resize. You can use the side to tilt it. The frame's like a tiny bit tilted, so like if you wanted to tilt it as well, you can do that. So just resize as needed. If you have an older Photoshop program, then you will want to hold Shift while you are resizing. That will keep the dimensions the same, like the ratio. But on newer versions, you don't have to hold the Shift. It just automatically keeps it. So once you've placed your image, you can go Control T if you need to resize it at all. Like I just realized I needed to move it a touch. and then double click to keep that. So you can see I was on here when I placed it, so it stayed there. And then here, if I want to add like a little haze, so let's say for example, I want it to look like there's a little bit of a reflection in the frame, then I will grab my brush tool with like a really low opacity on a black brush, and just while I'm selected on the layer mask, I'll just paint that on. Oh, sorry, that was a bit harsh. I'm just gonna select a soft brush and then just brush it on. Oh, that's still too strong. Let's go really low here. If we just wanted a slight reflection there. So I'm going to take some of that off just with the white brush. Again, if I wanted to add some more, I'd just go back with the black at a really low opacity, even lower, because this brush is kind of strong, and just add some on there. Personally, with this image, I'm not liking it, but on a lighter image, it does look good. So I'm just going to make it all white. I'm going to remove that haze by going in with 100% brush and just removing that haze. So I hope that makes sense. So to add a bit of haze on the frame, you'll select the layer mask, get a low black opacity brush, and just paint it on as you like. This one, I'm going to go without doing that. I don't like it. So this is it. So your image is complete. You can go File, Save As, and then just save as JPEG. And maximum is good. And then if I wanted to just do another one, I can just Control Z or Command Z and undo my file place, and then just place another one directly, which is super great. Let's say, for example, if you hit something and you didn't have this layer mask, so you can tell that you have the layer mask because it is, it has that down arrow. But let's say, for example, if whatever, you deleted it and your photo looks kind of like this. You can see in the layers panel that that clipping mask is no longer there. You can open up the picture that you want to place. Move it over by either doing the File, Place, or just like I did the drag and drop way. Double click, and then you can see it's not clipped underneath. So what I need to do is I need to do Layer, Create Clipping Mask, and that's going to put it on that layer. So it's super easy. I've done that for you so that you don't have to do that every single time. So that's why I have the layered Photoshop file. But every once in a while, if you've deleted it and you don't want to reopen the Photoshop file, you might need to do that. So that is how to use the Photoshop template. That covers everything there. Now I'm going to go into the PNG. And the PNG is actually super easy to use as well. Again, you can go File, Place, or you can drag and drop. So I'm going to drag, I'm going to resize. It's going to place the image on the top layer. So I'm just going to drag this one on top. And then there you go. It's underneath. So we'll try that again. Just going to Control Z. This time I'm going to go File, Place, and choose my image. I'm going to resize it like just with my eye, just really quickly. And then I'm going to drag it below so the Easter Bunny is on top. And then here, if I want to resize it once it's in the frame, I'll just select the photo layer and then click Control T or Command T if you're on a Mac. resize as needed, and double click. Okay, so that is it. That's how you use the Photoshop template as well as the PNG. I'm happy to have that in one video now. I hope that it answers a lot of your questions there. But again, you can always message me on Etsy if you do have any further questions. Thanks so much. Have a great day.